There's no doubt about it, Killer Mike fits the definition of a real MC. And with this most recent project, Michael, he just really knocked it out of the park. And you know, this is no surprise. All the Run the Jewels albums are dope and he never misses on features, but this was his baby and he invested $500,000 into this project and it just really showed. He had star-studded production from No ID, DJ Paul, and Cool and Dre. And you know, you could just really hear that soulful, gospel, bluesy sound that we're used to coming out of traditional Southern hip hop. And I just love how regional hip hop used to be, where you had that staple West Coast sound, which is influenced by Ohio funk. Yeah, the Bay Area had its sound, the Midwest, the Mecca, obviously, and then down south where, you know, it was more laid back, it was more soulful, it was more bluesy. You have rappers with that Southern drawl. And I just feel like Killer Mike was able to channel that traditional sound, but modernize it so it would be relevant today. And on top of that, you had, you know, 3 Stacks make his appearance out of nowhere on Scientists and Engineers. So Killer Mike got him to put that flute down and get back in the booth and rap. And so this is a joint that is definitely worth going back to, right? So if you haven't heard it, then you should. And I'm sure the streams will be up because not only the Grammy nominations and wins, but also the news that is the reason why we're shooting this video. And so Killer Mike actually had 3 nominations for Best Rap Album, Best Rap Song, and Best Rap Performance, and won them all. So not 1, not 2, but 3 Grammy nominations and 3 Grammy wins. This was a sweep of the categories, so he wins them all. And then this. So the Grammys took place in LA at Crypto Arena, home of the Lakers. And the story is that Killer Mike was trying to get into one of these entrances. There was a female security guard assigned to that particular entrance, and she was trying to direct him to go through security. Apparently, Killer Mike did not want to go through security and tried to just make his way around. She then runs around in front of him, and then he pushes her to the ground. She allegedly sustained an injury to her hand and to her fingers. You know what that means. There's probably going to be a lawsuit coming through. She ends up calling for help. Her fellow security officers come through. They surround Killer Mike. The police get called. Police are going to come through. They take her statement. They take pictures of her injuries. She then receives medical treatment. She signs for a citizen's arrest for misdemeanor battery. Killer Mike ends up getting arrested. He's taken to the station for processing and he's released on his own recognizance, so he doesn't have to pay bail. And this is just unfortunate for Killer Mike, his family, and hip hop in general. I mean, you hate to hear stories like this. The Grammys and hip hop haven't had the best relationship over the years, but naturally people are making comparisons to the slap heard around the world when Will Smith cocked back and gave Chris Rock the business. And so people are questioning why Killer Mike was arrested and not Will Smith. And arguably, both committed a battery if you believe what the guard said was true, but you could see how Killer Mike might have an argument that she shouldn't have run up in front of him like that, you know, invading his space, making him potentially feel like he was in imminent danger of being struck and pushed in self-defense. But the main difference between the two is Chris Rock expressed no interest in pursuing any particular case, whereas this security guard absolutely wanted to push the case forward. And I would have liked to have just seen him get a citation versus getting arrested, have this celebrated MC in handcuffs like that. I mean, just give him his notice to appear in court and keep it pushing. As far as how this will ultimately play out, in California, when you have a misdemeanor charge, there's something that's called a civil compromise. So, you know, she'll likely end up finding some plaintiff's attorney who will then draft a demand letter basically saying, hey, you threw my client to the ground, you caused her injuries, she had to get medical attention, she suffered emotional distress, and they'll likely end up settling for some sort of undisclosed amount, and then the criminal case will get dismissed as a result. I read somewhere that Mike said basically this was just a little speed bump in the night and we got back to partying. Yeah, hey, the party was well deserved. This was a dope album all around. 3 Grammys in one night is an amazing feat. And I really hope that this inspires others to get in the booth and start making special music again. The jury's still out on that, you know? I think the problem is I just don't think that there's enough of a financial incentive for artists to take the time to just really craft the best possible album you can make. Are we gonna get good hip hop again? Leave me a comment below. If you got something out of this, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications so you never miss a new video when it drops. As always, I want to thank you so much for watching, and until next time. Peace.